Arnold walks, stands center, pulls out a few pieces of paper on 8.5 by 11 paper.
Is Hell Other People? An essay from Mr. Tadyby's elective in literature and philosophy. Someone once said, "Hell is other people." I think she said it in a moment of frustration, and I think she was quoting someone else. But I think she meant it. Like, for her, it definitely seemed possible that her hell was other people. And when she said it, I began to wonder if there was a common feeling among those that are older than me. I'm 16. So far, my belief in what hell is has varied over time. At first, I thought hell was Switzerland. This was inspired by a trip to Switzerland. The weather was just really gray, like grayer than I had ever experienced. Also, I was constipated, which I think contributed to the feeling of a profound, unceasing discomfort that I believe to be potentially eternal. Then, in first grade, I began to believe that hell mostly had to do with forced interactions with bodily fluids. Beds made of boogers, for example, which I believe to not only be gross, but also uncomfortable. Urine, shit, spit, and blood all played important roles in that particular vision of hell. For the record, I do not use the word booger anymore in my regular lexicon. Just a notice. But it would be less than a year before my vision of hell transitioned from a smorgasbord of effusions to a series of educationally inspired landscapes. I thought grade school was hell, until I got to middle school, which was like super hell. Until I got to high school, which, as of last week, felt like the hell that formed in middle school had been institutionalized, and while the suffering was perhaps more dull than the acute, stabby rawness of the middle school hell, there existed a hardened, ingrained, monotonous quality to the torment that made this new hell feel even more oppressive, permanent, and truly inescapable. But now I'm beginning to wonder if I have been making a significant error by always assigning hell to physical locations and objects. This disturbing woman's utterance suggests that some people believe hell is, in fact, manifested by interactions with others. As I age and get more boring, will this be the hell that I ultimately inhabit? As I walk down a crowded sidewalk, am I really winding through a minefield of hells, ready to be unleashed with a single word? Will my coworkers be a bunch of hells? Will I fall in love with one hell in particular? What about my family? Are they the hell that I have to buy presents for? Was I conceived from two hells? Was my mom's womb heaven and her vagina a portal to the land of condemned? Many nights this past week have left me sleepless as I ride this train of logic to various possible conclusions, and most often left contemplating two troubling implications. Troubling implications number one: if hell is other people, that must mean that I am hell to someone else. This comes in a direct conflict with my belief that I am a good person. I do not like thinking that I am someone else's hell. Without any effort and intention, I am someone else's worst thing, and I find this most disturbing through also slightly empowering, knowing I possess the power to ruin the happiness of others. Troubling implication number two: if hell is other people, then by logical extrapolation, heaven must be solitude. If this theory is true, then true paradise is the absence of others. But I don't want to be